I was reluctant to do this video, but then I said, "F it, like, what's the worst that could happen to me?" Okay, here are here I am. This video is gonna talk about MCU stuff, and that was my Easter egg in the video that I made, my last video. So let's get to it. So I heard that Captain Marvel is gonna be the new face of the MCU. And I love the MCU. I mean, Iron Man came out when I was 10, so Infinity War came out when I was 20. That's half my life, okay? Half my life has been dedicated to the MCU. That's how much I love the MCU. And I'm critical about their decision, because I think that the new face of the MCU should be Spider-Man, not Captain Marvel. And I thought of some reasons why that actually should be the case, and I think a lot of people would agree with me. So my first point is to say that Spider-Man is the most popular popular superhero in Marvel. So, and I wanted to have him in the MCU. So when that happened in 2016, I was so happy, but also kind of critical about Tom Holland. And man, he nailed this performance of Spider-Man so well. So I'm glad that Spider-Man is in the MCU. He is the most popular superhero in the Marvel franchise. So to see him with all these characters, this A character with all these B characters actually made me feel so good. And that is leading up to the second point that I want to make, is that Captain Marvel is a B-list character, and I have very little problem with that, because Iron Man is the face of the MCU, and of course Iron Man, it all started with Iron Man, and he is also a big character, and not that a lot of people actually knew about Iron Man. But then, of course, Iron Man 2008, it came out, and suddenly the name of Iron Man, like Robert Downey Jr., made it his own. We all know, when I hear about Iron Man, I think about RDJ a lot. So, yeah, I don't have a lot of problem with Captain Marvel's popularity. I mean, she was doing okay in the 70s and 80s, and now I'll go back to it in a while. So the third point I would like to make is that Peter Parker is a relatable character. He's super relatable. I mean, he has all those problems in his life, and sometimes I have my own problems again, the budgeting and the money and surviving in this economy, and I relate myself to Peter Parker a lot because of that. Also, because I really wasn't the most popular kid around school. So yeah, Peter Parker is relatable in that way because any teenager, any dorky teenager who's not so popular at school, or who is not doing well in life seems like life is taking a dump on that person, can actually relate to Peter Parker. And we saw him make in the Spider-Man series that life doesn't like Peter Parker so much. I mean, he has good, but the bads that came into his life outnumbered the number of goods that came into his life. So yeah, and Captain Marvel, like, she's overpowered, and I have a problem with overpowered characters. I mean, it's alright to have an overpowered character. In fact, the most popular comic book character of all time is Superman, and he's super overpowered. But the good thing about him is that he has a weakness. He has kryptonite, and he also has a bunch of weaknesses, a bunch of other weaknesses, but to know all this, you'll have to go more in depth into the character, and I really don't want to do that here. I just want to stick to Marvel. So yeah, Captain Marvel is overpowered, and overpowered characters can be very bad if they are not written well. I love One Punch Man, and and Saitama is so super overpowered, but the thing about him is that he's a good written character, so I like him because he's such a good written character. So she can work with if her character is written good enough. So that's why I'm giving Captain Marvel the benefit of the doubt when it comes to this, but not so much in my next point, which is Tom Holland. He's so likable, Spider-Man. He's so charismatic and full of joy. And as Spider-Man, he works fantastic, and putting all this energy he has into his character is because he's a young lad. He's 22, just a year and a half older than me, but still, he's pretty young. And he's full of life and energy. Now, Brie Larson, she's young too. She's 28. She looks like she's she's 35 now, and annoyed stepmom who's in her late 30s, who's very much annoyed by everything, and that is the vibe that I get when I look at the Captain Marvel trailer, and also the pictures that she's in. She has this wooden expression in her face, and she got angry because the fans told her to smile more. But come on, I mean, what? Did you have surgery? So many surgeries that it is painful for you to smile? I mean, that may be the case. I mean, I don't know Brie Larson, and I haven't seen a ton of her work. She was with Captain America in Scott Pilgrim versus the World, and she was with a Superman as well, I realized. But still, I mean, will I hurt her to smile? I mean, when I was a child, I was a pretty emotionless guy until one day I forced a smile on my face, and ever since I've been so full of joy and positivity, and I think it doesn't hurt that much to try and smile once in a while. I mean, I believe that the best makeup a girl can have is her smile. I like when people smile. I like smiles. So Brie Larson is basically a piece of wood. Like, remember, I think his name was Plank from Ed, and Eddie. Yeah, he had that piece of wood had more emotion than Brie Larson because he was drawn with a smile on his face. But Brie Larson, I mean, if you look at the Captain America trailer, you know, on one of the thumbnails, she's like, oh no, there are people around me. They want to kill me. Okay, so enough about that. And I want to say that I think this is the smartest point that I've made, is that Peter, he idolizes Tony Stark a lot and wants to be like him. Now, I myself, I like Tony Stark, but whereas you can see from my shirt, but I'm a Captain America fanboy. I'm a Captain America fanboy. But back to topic. So he idolizes him and wants to be like him. So it would make sense that Spider-Man took the role of Tony Stark in the MCU. I'm sorry for my stutter. Yeah. So I want to get back to a point, is that Spider-Man is relatable because anyone can be Spider-Man. I mean, just takes a bite of a radioactive spider to have the super powers, and that's it. You either get the powers or you get cancer. Like, if it was realistic, you would get cancer. I'm sorry. It was a bad joke. I'm sorry. Yeah. So anyone can be Spider-Man, but Captain Marvel, I'm having my doubts about her because I don't know so much about her. I mean, everything I've seen her in was just a couple of comics. When she crossed over into the X-Men series and got her powers stolen by Rogue. And Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, Avengers Assemble. Oh man, I really love that show. I really do love it. And too bad they cannot get another season. But did it stop at 2 seasons, 3 seasons? Yeah, about that. So yeah, Captain Marvel, I do not know much about her. I mean, she can be half Kree, maybe full human, maybe full Kree, maybe she's a Skrull. So she gets her powers from an explosion. But guess what? She's in outer space. She signed up for a space force. So so getting Captain Marvel's power seems less likely than in getting Spider-Man's superpowers, and that is what makes Spider-Man so relatable that anyone can get the powers of Spider-Man. I mean, Miles Morales, he basically got bitten by a radioactive spider and got Spider-Man's powers. I mean, and a lot of people have been Spider-Man. So Captain Marvel, in terms of comics, in terms of sales, she's not doing so good at the moment, and I don't want to get into the political thing of I do not want to get all political on this for the SJW thingy, but I'll just say Captain Marvel in sales, she's not doing so well. I mean, she did better in the 70s and 80s, back when she was Miss Marvel, when they did not try to push all this political agenda, or rather not make it so obvious, because with the Miss Marvel we try to fight some unfairness, like that time that she went into the Daily Bugle and fought against unequal pay, and yeah, all that hassle. Oh yeah. The last point that I have in my notebook. In fact, I'll show you notebook. Don't know if you can see it clearly, but there are some spider webs. The quality of this camera ain't so good, but yeah. So I like Spider-Man. I like Captain America. I like Batman. I like Superman. I like all things that are superheroes. And yeah, so Spider-Man, he has been the face of Marvel Comics for a long time, since his debut in Amazing Fantasy 15. Spider-Man has been so popular, and he has been the face of Marvel comics for 40, maybe 50 years until the late 2000s when the face became Wolverine, and that is thanks to Hugh Jackman's performance, which was excellent, and also the success of the X-Men films. So yeah, you got another A character over there in Wolverine. The rumors are right. We can see him in the MCU. Yeah. So from the late 2000s. I believe it was 10 years ago that Wolverine became the face of the Marvel comics, and for some reason it changed to Captain Marvel. I do not know why, and I have to disagree that was a good decision because the Captain Marvel in the comics, and I'm afraid that this version of Captain Marvel will be the one we will see in March in the movie. So she's unlikable. She has very little emotions. And she's boring. Anything that can make anyone unlikable, it's all in the package. It's all in the package with Captain Marvel. Instead, Brie Larson, as I said before, I feel the same way with her emotionless expression, and in the trailer, there is this old lady who may be a Skrull who smiles at her. She's like, or more like, and she's like, you smile? No! If I can smile, no one can smile. And boom, punches the old lady. I mean, seriously. See, I'll be like, I can't hit an old lady. I don't know if she's a Skrull or not. And anyway, she looks so sweet. Oh, please feed me. I'm hungry. And yeah. Instead, I wouldn't be just like, Skrull. Boom. Okay. Yeah. Instead, the actors Tom Holland, Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, and Robert Downey Jr., they have charisma, and their charisma levels, it is off the charts. That's why I like some of the biggest characters. I mean, I liked Iron Man more when he was played by Robert Downey Jr. Certainly Captain America when he was played by Chris Evans. But I started to like him in 2014 after the Winter Soldier, which is my favorite MCU film, or Civil War, either one of the two Captain America movies. But anyway, so in Captain Marvel, we got Brie Larson, who just is a black hole and sucks out all the charisma around her. So, but we have charismatic characters. I mean, we have two Dr. Watsons. I'm saying Jude Law. is in the movie, and I like Jude Law. I love his charisma. He looks good. He's a handsome man. I'm not afraid to say it, but yeah, he's a handsome man. He's charismatic and charming. And Samuel L. Jackson, who is also very charismatic dude. I love Samuel L. Jackson. And I don't know if he was digitally de-aged. I mean, they say so in the film, but I love to say that black don't crack, which means that he hasn't aged a bit, like at all, and that's the truth of black people, as long as I've seen them in sports, in film. I mean, you have Samuel Jackson. See, Morgan Freeman looks the same. The last movie I saw him in, which was I can't say because he has been in a lot of films, and Herschel Walker also looks fine. Again, Mike Tyson, and a lot of the biggest people, so they look fine. But I know that maybe his hairline has changed. I mean, he's got two eyes, so they digitally put an eye in him, which is impressive to say the least. But yeah, so in the Captain Marvel film, we have two charismatic actors singing, Jude Law and Samuel L. Jackson, and I think I saw Phil Coulson over there. So the actor, what was his name? I forgot, but he's charismatic, and I like Phil Coulson like a lot. So with Captain Marvel, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. Like, I can say that much. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. Also, Jamon Hansu is in the film, and I'm glad to see him back. He's one of my favorite actors. But I have a feeling that he's a waste of potential, and that's why one of the flaws I saw in Guardians of the Galaxy is that he's so talented, and he's probably gonna be around in a couple of scenes. I'm fine with it. I mean, I'll see Jaimon in other films, and he has a more prominent role where he'll have a more prominent role, I hope, because Jamon Hansu is so talented. I like him. So those are my thoughts on Captain Marvel becoming the next phase of MCU. I think it should be Spider-Man, and what has influenced the thoughts, I believe it was the PS4 Spider-Man, which is really good. I mean the character of Spider-Man, his portrayal is one of the best ones that I've seen since Spectacular Spider-Man, which was so well done. Thank you very much for sticking around to to the end of the video, and I appreciate it. I'm sorry that this was long. Yeah, I kind of planned that it would be long, but not this long. So what do you guys think about the whole thing? Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. I'll see you beautiful people on Friday. You know what for. So yeah, I have no idea how to do an outro to a video. So see you guys when I see you. Say bye, Star Lord. Bing.